Good morning, students. So, if you remember, in the last class, we already started with the method of preparation of alcohols, and we have already done two methods of preparation. If you remember, so let's recall what we have already done. So, I hope you remember that we prepare alcohol by treating it with aqueous KOH, if you remember. And then the second method was we prepare alcohol by adding water on alkenes, and the addition is via Markovnikov rule of addition. So that we have already done. Then one thing which was very important and we discussed was the mechanism of addition on double bond. So that we have done. Coming to hydroboration oxidation, that was the second way of adding water. But what was very important was that in hydroboration oxidation we add water anti-Markovnikov. So we do anti-Markovnikov addition of water to the alkene molecule. So that we have already done. So coming to the next method of preparation, that is reduction. So we do reduction of. Now reduction, you need to know few reducing agents. So we will take any aldehyde or ketone group and reduce it. The reduction can be via nickel, ranitidine, or it can be NaBH4 sodium borohydride, or it is H2 in presence of nickel, or lithium aluminium hydride, or sodium in presence of ethanol. Anything can be reducing agent. So all four are reducing agent. You can either use any one of them. So it can be nickel in presence of hydrogen. It can be sodium borohydride. It can be lithium aluminium hydride, which is very strong reducing agent, or sodium in presence of ethanol. So when we use any of these, so what happens? This gets reduced. So we will just see that this will become RCH2 alcohol. Right, so we'll just do few examples based on this. Say if it is a compound like this, a ketonic group. All these are what? Reducing agents. So we are talking of reduction, reducing agents. So we will be getting an alcohol like this, CH2, CH4. A secondary alcohol or tertiary alcohol, depending on you have a aldehyde group or you have a ketone group. So that is the reduction method. You can reduce it via nickel and hydrogen, sodium and ethanol. You can use it by sodium borohydride. All these will release nascent hydrogen, so which will be used in reduction of the compounds. So very important reaction, reduction. Reduction is also used in doing conversions. If you want to convert aldehyde or ketone to the corresponding alcohols, you can use this method. Okay, then coming to the next, that is again reduction, but that is reduction of esters and carboxylic acids So when we reduce esters or carboxylic acids, they are very strong groups. So for reducing them, we really need a very strong oxidizing agent. So for such cases, you can have either lithium aluminium hydride or you can have diborane. So any one of them. So we will just see how we write the equation. Say, we will just take few examples to write. Say you have an acid like this. First we will take one example. When we use lithium aluminium hydride, the medium is always dry ether. It gives you a transition, then you hydrolyze in acidic medium. So this way you have to do. Lithium aluminium hydride cannot be used with water. So first step is dry ether. You isolate the product and then treat it with acidified water. Then you get the desired product. Now this will give you RCH2OH, the corresponding alcohol. Instead of this, you can also use diborane in presence of dry ether followed by hydrolysis. Both will give you the same result. So what is important in organic chemistry is what is your major product. Whatever we are getting as side products, they are immaterial. We only concentrate on the main products that we have to make in the chemical reaction. So by reducing esters or carboxylic acids, we get the corresponding alcohol. Now let's see for esters. We will just see for esters. Esters, one part this will become an alcohol and one this will. So if this is R dash, so this will become R dash CH2OH plus ROH. So let's do one example in this. I'll just write one example for you in it's given in the book. So let's see one example. Say I am taking a ester like this, CH3 CH2 CH2 COO CH3. It is reduction. The reagents are the same, so you are using lithium aluminium hydride in presence of dry ether followed by hydrolysis. So what will happen? So you will get 1 2 3 4 CH3 CH2 CH2 1 2 3 and 4 CH2OH plus this alcohol, that is methyl alcohol. Now one thing what is very important to specify here is that if I do this reaction in the presence of sodium and ethanol, if instead of this reagent I use sodium and ethanol, what will happen? This again will react with C2H5ONA. So you are replacing this hydrogen, isn't it? So you are releasing nascent hydrogen, and that is why it is a reducing agent. So if you reduce a ester using this reagent, that reaction has got a name. So if I use this in this reduction, the reaction is known as Bovolt-Blank reaction. Bovolt-Blank reduction. So remember, whenever you want to reduce esters, you have to see that you are using the strongest reducing agent, and that reducing agent can only be lithium aluminium hydride or diborane, and that will be always followed by acidic hydrolysis. Most of the times we always do acidic hydrolysis, because whenever you are doing a reaction, you are getting a isolated, a transition step. After that transition step has to be hydrolyzed to get the final product, right? So that is it, what we do in reduction. Only two things you have to remember: you are reducing an acid, you will be getting corresponding alcohol. But if you are reducing a ester, you are getting a mixture of alcohols, and mainly the reduction of esters will be done by very strong reducing agents. So we have just seen, and especially if you use this, the name is Bovolt-Blank reduction. So that you have to remember. Coming to the next method, that is from Grignard reagent. We are making alcohol from Grignard reagent. Now it has a general mechanism from Grignard reagent. Now how we make it? Say this is any carbonyl group, it can be a aldehyde, it can be a ketone, plus we write RMgX. First we will write it. What will happen? This is delta negative, this is delta positive, this is delta positive, delta negative. Okay. So we will just reduce positive part, we will just attach to this. So it will become like this. O MgX, right? And then you have R. This is a transition step. We do acidic hydrolysis. This gets hydrolyzed, COH and R. So you increase one carbon and this will be the corresponding alcohol. That is how we do the general method to prepare alcohols from Grignard reagent. But what we are going to do is, we are going to write 3 examples to make different alcohols, 1 degree, 2 degree and 3 degree alcohols by using suitable Grignard reagents. So let's see how we do it. So this is the general mechanism, and whenever you use Grignard reagent, you have to remember, use in presence of dry ether. So this is the general mechanism. We will choose this and we will choose appropriate carbonyl group. So let's see. First, let's use formaldehyde. I want to just see which alcohol we are getting. Instead of RMgBr, we will write CH3. Any alkyl group, any bromide group. CH3 MgBr. Okay, fine. So delta plus and delta negative. Metals are always electropositive. That is why the positive charge. And then this, the pi bond shift, this becomes minus, this becomes positive. Okay. So this is hydrogen, this is hydrogen. Carbon is positive. So this negative will go and get attached. And this O is negative. So you will write O MgBr. And this CH3 will go to this carbon. Okay. Then you hydrolyze. Acidic hydrolysis. It is in presence of dry ether. You do acidic hydrolysis. This group, which is transition, what will happen? It will get washed away and you will have a hydrogen substituted. So you will have H, C, OH, CH3. What do you see? You started with 1 carbon and you ended with 2 carbon. So you are getting a primary alcohol. Right? This is very important. So in order to increase the number of carbon, this reaction is very useful. If you want to increase the number of carbon atom, this reaction is very helpful. Coming to the next, instead of this, if I take acetaldehyde, let's write it here so that we can compare. CH3 HCl, okay, plus any Grignard reagent. Now this Grignard reagent is very important in conversions. You want to make a phenyl ring, choose an appropriate Grignard reagent. So whatever you want to have in the final product, you have to choose an appropriate Grignard reagent. So CH3 MgBr. Okay, now you add minus plus. Rule is same. Plus and this is minus. Okay. CH3. This is H. C पे O. O पे क्या लग गया? MgBr. And then this CH3. You will do acidic hydrolysis. I'm writing the product here. So what's the product? CH3 C CH3 OH. Can you see this carbon is attached to 1 and 2 degree alcohol. So just what we saw, that if you are using formaldehyde using 1 carbon, we get an alcohol having 2 carbon, ethanol. If you start with 2 carbon, you get an alcohol having 3 carbon. So this reaction should be kept in mind, is very useful in ascending the series, in increasing the number of carbon. So we write here, one more we will practice. This reaction is very useful in ascending the series. Now you will do one for me. Just complete this one. It is a ketone and I am treating with this Grignard reagent. Come on, hurry up. You need to do that. Well, you have understood. Now I have shown you 2 examples. Just give it a try. How will you add this Grignard reagent on this carbonyl group in presence of dry ether? The rule will always remain the same. That means what? Minus and plus, negative and positive. So we attach CH3, CH3, this carbon. I'll just simply write the last product after hydrolysis. This becomes OH and this becomes CH3. 3-degree alcohol. So formaldehyde gives you 1-degree alcohol, acetaldehyde gives you 2-degree alcohol, and acetone gives you 3-degree alcohol, right? So that's a very important reaction to increase the number of carbon atoms and to increase the chain. So ascending the series. Like Hans-Dicker reaction, if you remember, was very important to decrease the number of carbon. So it was descending the series. All such reactions are very important. Why? Because they help in conversions to either increase or decrease the number of carbon atoms. Now the last method is from amines. That's the last method of preparing. I hope this is all right for you. The last method of preparation is from amines. If you have an amine like this, it is a 1-degree amine. Why? Because nitrogen has 2 hydrogen and 1 carbon it is attached. If nitrogen has 2 alkyl group, 2-degree amine. It reacts with HONO. Now what is it? It is nitrous acid. I hope you remember how we make nitrous acid. Just to remind you, there was a reaction named diazotization reaction. In that we treated sodium nitrite with HCl. So when you treat NaNO2 with HCl, you get nitrous acid. Now let's treat this. This is H goes with this, N goes with this. Oh, sorry. This OH goes with this first part, N goes with this, O goes with this. So let's see what will be the product. RCH2. This is just a method to retain in your memory nitrous acid. CH2OH. We got an alcohol plus nitrogen gas plus water. Now something very important, and which is the difference. If you have a aromatic amine, this is a primary amine. If you have a aromatic amine and you treat it with HONO at 0 to 5, you get diazonium salt. We write NaNO2 plus HCl. So we get, and that is the difference. In case of aliphatic amines, we are getting a alcohol. In case of aromatic amines, instead we get diazonium salt. So this is how this can be used as a test to differentiate the aliphatic amines from aromatic amines, right? So all these are the method of preparation of the alcohols. So we will be starting on with the method of preparation of phenols in our next video, right? So please revise. This is very important, very basic. All reactions to convert, how to make alcohol, how to make haloalkane, all these reactions are very important.